Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode. Well, I like to see myself in the mirror. As you can see, I have found the toy. Okay, jokes aside, let's do something smart today. For example, working on Terraform AWS modules. Some people think that this is smart, so let's continue doing this. Let's start with something here. Well, first of all, I want to say that Mitchell Hashimoto has left HashiCorp kind of officially. Yesterday was his last day, or maybe this week. And I just want to say that I know Mitchell for quite a few years. I met him a long time ago, and I just want to say, for those who don't know, that pretty much everything what I have been working for the last many years is somehow related with the work what Mitchell and Armon and many other people from the early days did to Terraform. It's not just about Mitchell, of course, but he is a great guy. And for those who don't know what he was doing, I advise you to read this article and click on a couple links here just to see how like how the story evolved and how he started this back in the days and what we have now. So that's good. It's another milestone for him, and I'm just happy to see him kind of moving forward. Wish him all the luck. Meanwhile, I continue working on Terraform Weekly. Every Wednesday there is newsletter, and if your company wants to be featured here, like Cloud Truth is automated secrets and config engine for release pipelines, reach out to me and yeah, and join as a sponsor for these ads, for this newsletter, sorry. Okay, there are more than 6,000 subscribers through emails, plus many other sources. And another project which I have mentioned recently through some social medias and at reInvent is Compliance TF. Uh, this project is still in pretty early days, but scheduled release date at least in Q1 2024. So compliance.tf is URL, and the goal of this project is to help you making your Terraform modules compliance ready. So we'll fix audit gaps in advance using SOC 2, PCI DSS, HIPAA, compliance-ready Terraform configurations. If you are interested in how this work or will work, please check out FAQ and yeah, stay tuned. The most interesting part, I guess, for many of you will be live coding. I don't know if for many of you, but that's what it is scheduled for today. There are always many issues, and sometimes it's hard to find just the right one. So if you have any feedback or you want me to work on some specific issue, please let me know in comments, and yeah, and I can work on this. Also, uh, yeah, also I have a little bit updated setup as always, so I don't see comments for some reason now. If there are people watching, I know there are at least 4 people watching. Please let me know in chat where I'm from, how do you do, and yeah, let's have a good day. Okay, so I collected a few issues from from some time. Let's look into those issues and figure out if there is something we can fix, or maybe close those, and yeah, maybe learn something new. So let's start with this one. They're not in specific order this time, so I just want to say hello, Blue Poison 101. Good to see you. You're joining from Twitch. good. So I'm not gonna to close Twitch account because at least there is one user watching there. And Guy Leto from London here, pre-commit hooks. Oh, sorry, what was it? When I found all your fantastic work with the pre-commit hook, which we use daily at work. Yeah, that's always good to read that people are using some of work which I did. Though I really want to say big thanks to Maxim and Georgi who are maintaining pre-commit for last. And hi Nat. Oh, it's cool to see you. I don't know where I'm from, but yeah, good to see you, or at least good to read you. Okay, let's see what is this issue. Um, oh, right. Who cares about issues, right? Let's talk about something more fun. Let's talk about change logs. I'm pretty sure that not many people know what is happening in. You've got 20 more viewing on LinkedIn. Oh my God, Edwin, that's so amazing. So I'm definitely not going to kill LinkedIn uh, streaming, at least in the near future. So let me look into some things which I find quite relevant for what we guys do here, specifically working with Terraform as users, writing modules, and so on. I have been watching changelog for many years, and I want to just kind of summarize briefly some things which I found relevant here. So if we look into this 1.6 release, from approximately here, where HashiConf was, there were some small changes here and there, not relevant. But then what I want to say is that there are quite a lot of changes and potentially improvement or so-called bug fixes in Terraform test command. Um, not sure how exactly is it working, or maybe we should look into Terraform test at some point. Maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it works at least for some cases. Who knows? So let me know if this is something interesting. Then I can make a stream just about some features of Terraform test. At least for me, it would be interesting to know. Mm, uh, well, this is a bit crazy. If you see update HCL to fix bug when decoding objects with optional attributes. And there were quite a few changes actually in the way how optional attributes are restored from Terraform state file. At some point, it was related to some like pretty nasty bugs in recent versions of Terraform. I mean, it was fixed in recent, but it was quite a big problem. So optional attributes is sometimes also, yeah, Terraform state file. That's exactly what I was saying. Fix interoperability issues between 1.6 series and early series by removing variable validation from the state file. Who cares about the variable validation in state file? But okay. Yeah, so sometimes this was pretty big problem I've read on issues. Okay, and then a few more improvements to Terraform test. Again, some bug fixes. And one more thing. Most importantly is not actually this one, but if we look into main branch and oh, hello Vyacheslav Babenko. Oh my God, I haven't seen you in several streams at least. Okay, good. So 2 days ago, HashiCorp team has been releasing. Where is it? Yeah, well, they had. Right. Okay. So this was beta 2. So 2 days ago they released 1.7.0 beta 2, and I guess I guess in few days, maybe it will be, let me see, when will it be? Yeah, approximately 21st of December, right before Christmas Eve, HashiCorp will release 1.7.0. And it's kind of fun to see how OpenTOF is also scheduled release right before Christmas. So we already start to see some sort of race between these two, which is good. I don't want to talk about nonsense which is happening in OpenTOF. It's hilarious. Let it leave like this. But in 1.7.0, for the first time, there will be a very useful fix, like very useful fix in function, which has beaten many people already. Non-sensitive function no longer raises an error when applied to a value that is already non-sensitive. If you think that you have some variable or you have some structure where some of the property is marked as sensitive, and all you want is just to find to mark the whole variable as non-sensitive. Previously, it was not possible because it would say like, oh, but this stuff is not sensitive. You cannot make it non-sensitive once more. And I can tell you, I can show you some how this is implemented. SSM parameter output, so that you guys know at least where this is the problem. So inside of SSM parameter module, uh, we used to do this magic. So we used to have stored values as a way to figure out that, okay, we apply non-sensitive to the value which was sensitive. So that's why we can use this non-sensitive function, because this value is sensitive. And in similar fashion, we don't apply non-sensitive to insecure value because we know that this is already non-sensitive. So there was no need to apply non-sensitive 2 times. Or if you apply, it would be an error. Now we can merge these two things together, and raw value would be just a combination of these two. So the code would look twice shorter and easier to read. Maybe this is a very small example, but in some other cases where I saw non-sensitive being a biggest problem, uh, yeah, it was like 2 different branches of code doing 2 different things. That was just pretty bad. We also have similar limitation taken into account in pre-commit hooks, especially in this hook, wrapper module for each, because wrapper module for each generate this sensitive equal true or sensitive equal false when at least one sensitive module output found. So yeah, this was bug between 0.14 and 1.7, which is approximately 4 years. Okay, let's move on. Let's complain about something else. Right, big amount of changes, as I can see here, related to input validations, which are currently being restored to the state file in this version of Terraform because of some interoperability issues, and it was kind of broken. Now it is going to be fixed. I didn't try it myself, so let me know if I'm wrong. Maybe it still has some issues. I'm also surprised that Terraform Graph got some attention. It's a bit interesting to see because, to my mind, Terraform is like the best source of all of this graph relation. And for some reason, Terraform Graph was kind of not actual, and it was semi-useful since version 0.5. I mean, 0.5 maybe not, but 0.6, 7. Yeah, it was a long time ago. And let me mention another project. No, what is it? Holo. Yeah, that's good luck to figure out. Holori, Holori. As you see, if you have crazy name for your project, I cannot mention it here because I don't remember it. Anyway, Holori is one of recent addition to the field of Terraform graphs visualization, and this is how it looks. So if you want to see it instead of this one, this is output of Terraform graph. If you want to see something nicer, honestly, I'm not sure if this is nicer, but okay. You can at least look into hollery.com and yeah, and hopefully it will save you some time. I'm not affiliated with this company in any way. Uh, yeah, so check it out if you want. Okay, let's see what else. Again, Terraform test has some mm, kind of improvement and a lot of new features being added into Terraform test. I have no clue how it works. Georg, Dobry San. At least it's not black and white. Yeah, well, you can also use yeah, you can also use colors from Terraform graph. So you get output from Terraform graph, put it into graph viz online, and you will have some fancy things like this. So this is what Terraform graph output looks like. Or you can put it here, and then it will be like this. You can also put color blue, color red, and voila, now you have red. I know, it's very impressive. So let's move on. Terraform test, as I said, uh, received some more love, and this is something strange. A removed block for refactoring modules. Module authors can now report in-source code when a resource or module call has been removed from configuration. When I see something like this inside of like there is moved block, there is removed block, what else are we gonna to have? There are also discussion to add deprecation block. What else do we need? I mean, I'm not sure that information recorded about removed blocks should be stored even inside of modules. Yeah, I'm not sure that this is a really necessary improvement. I understand that um, you can have configuration-driven workflow and do something like this, but yeah, not sure, not sure. Really not convinced. This is, for me, this is two different processes, two different pipelines. Okay, let's see what else. Mm, And again, some bug fixes and more enhancement. I think this is pretty interesting. Now produces, so Terraform graph now produces simplified resource-only graph by default. If I understand it correctly, previously Terraform graph outputted a lot of noise information about other data sources or providers or even variables, which can easily pollute all of them. Yeah, pollute all of your output. Mm-hmm. Terraform console now supports plan option, which is pretty cool, I guess. Still, Terraform console is hidden gem if you want to calculate something without running Terraform or writing Terraform code. And I guess for many people, import can be interesting. And for a very long time, there was no way to specify multiple blocks using for each. Now it is possible. I think I talked to Dan, who was working or who is working, and he was presenting some features uh, at reInvent last month, or no, sorry, this month. And I asked him when it's going to be implemented, and yeah, now you can see that it's going to be implemented. Pretty cool. I like this improvement quite a lot. One thing which I also expressed feedback to HashiCorp many times is that many of these improvements will work great if you don't use modules. If you write your code yourself, if you maintain it, if you have very few use cases, if you're writing it for yourself, great. Terraform is the best tool ever. But if you write to do something reusable, where things can be customized or dynamic or whatever else what can satisfy more than one use case, Terraform is far from perfect. So that's the direction where I'd like HashiCorp to develop. And OpenTofu is not going to help with this. Okay, yeah, that's it. I think 1.7 will be released soon, and it will be awesome move forward. All right. Okay, let's do something useful. Enough about talking. Let's write some code. Hello, Maxence, and hello, Pradish. I guess your name is Pradish. Okay, so Route 53. I like this module very much because in the past I have wasted, I guess, more than 80 hours of my life in this module, and I use it myself pretty much everywhere. So, and it says, I'm creating CloudFront distribution and all other related resources using for each. Here is the full code for those. That's really good when people write code. I really like it. Okay, so for each by client domains. Okay, so first call is to create zones per domain, and then second one, is to create records inside of that. Well, can you please share the Git repo link? Well, I don't know where to put it. There is no way for me to send a link somewhere. I can only read. But if you go to github.com/terraform AWS modules, and then if you find Terraform AWS Route 83 module and issue number is 101, you will see this one. Okay, so first we're making zones, like many zones. Then we are making records inside of this zone. And then we are putting records inside of, so from CloudFront. Then we are making ACM certificate and always for clients domains. Okay, so in one go we are creating so many different things, which is okay. It's allowed. It should be supported. So let's see how we can have it. Okay, and then we're making CloudFront. So we're making ACM, and then we're making CloudFront also with this domains. And There are so many mentionings of each key everywhere. Mm. I guess aliases is not needed here. Yeah, I mean, if you already specify it as domain itself, maybe not. But okay, we are making a bunch of different things. Let's see, and then we're making even S3 bucket, and we're touching policy and and attaching bucket policy. Well, this at least two things can be connected. So bucket policy itself can be created somewhere here. So as far as I remember, the argument to this S3 bucket module is called bucket policy or bucket policy JSON or something like this. And then you just specify this guy here. Right, so overall we're making a bunch of resources for client domains. Right, so for all of this. What's important is that these domains are different. So it's not like subdomains of each. Otherwise, it would be bad with Route 83 records for ACM validation. So it's all unique domains. That's what I see. Okay, sometimes it's connecting to something, sometimes not. Okay, what is next? Oh my God, Windows detected. Windows police is coming after you. Okay, so first this user was using Windows, then he corrected himself because he's not using workspaces. That's good. Right, so that's what I thought. So Route 53 records modules is using Route 53 zone data source to figure out ID of it. Okay, so I guess that's a problem. Let's look into this module and try to figure out alternative ways of getting a Route 53 zone ID. I'm back. Did anyone fix this module yet? No. Okay, then I continue. So let's look into module records main. So here is it. All right, so let's look into ways using this one. That's bad. That's bad. So what I thought is that there is a way to not use this one. No. No, there is no way to do this. We need zone ID as well as we need name. Maybe we need even more than that. No, we need zone ID all the time. Okay, so what can be the solution for this one? Like first proposal is to use depends on between modules. Well, and that's end of my proposals. So if if this code is written using for each and there is no mm, why this is here, right? So this depends on is everywhere. So in order to create ACM, this module depends on zones and so on. This is because for each, which is used here, is referring to something very static. I guess the right way for this one. Mm, hmm, no, it's not. I'm just thinking aloud that mm, in order to make this one, or let's make a test case, right? We don't need like the whole thing. We just take this one, two modules, and add. Okay, let's look into example. We don't have this in example because we are creating zones like this one, and then we are referring zone name, which is local zone. Local zone is an output of this one, right? How this code is different from the one which is provided here. Can it be because it's using for each? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. It's yeah, should be the same. So when we call this zone module, we specify exactly the same input as in this issue, right? So zones is map of something. Then when we are making records, we specify zone ID, which is an output of zone ID from this one, which in this case was this output. What is the difference between this and this? Hmm? Mm, I have few ideas actually. Let's see if this output, no, it's not records, it's zones. What exactly is this output? So this output is just name property of this Route 83 zone. Can this be something else? When I say something else, let me show you how it's done in Lambda module. In Lambda module, if we go to outputs, this is what I added some time ago, specifically for cases where I want to avoid having cycle errors between resources, like in step function. I know in advance what will be the name or the IRN of the function. So that's why I'm composing it from static values, I mean from data sources, from region, from account ID, from function name. That's why this one is always known. Let's see, if I use the same logic for Route 53 name, will it help? So to figure out this one, let's go to code and let's make this similar. Right? I really need to make very small case which is failing. In most cases, this is the hardest part because it works on my machine but doesn't work on someone else's machine, and you have cases like you don't know what to fix. And that's unfortunately more frequent than many people think. It's not because kind of I have special setup, but I just try to make it as small as possible to work on just one problem. Okay, so let's look into Route 53 examples, and there were already previous executions. So I can see that zone name is just a name. That's exactly what I need. So I actually know this name in advance always. I don't need to wait for AWS provider to return it to me. Okay, let's make case examples. If I run git pull now and see a lot of new stuff because I haven't been working on this. Okay, inside of examples, let's make something very small. Mm. Can it be related to the records? No, I don't think so. Though in some cases it was the case as well. Okay, let's remove everything this. So we'll have one record by zone ID. It will be very static record, and we don't need the rest, right? Mm. Yeah, uh, we don't need the rest, do we? Is this related? No, it's not related. Anyway, let's remove as much as possible. We don't need this. Also, we don't need any records. So there will be only one zone, which we'll pick up from zone ID, and then zone name. Looks good. I have just upgraded to latest 166. So if I go to key apply, doesn't work because of many outputs. Right, so now it will make a record and zone, and it reads this zone. That's it. So now let's make some problems. So let's look into how this was recorded. Just to save some space. Okay, so zones we had here, we don't need this anymore. So this one we have for each 4 records. So this for each is per domain, right? What is this? Hmm. So my question, why do we need for each, I mean, how to make change so that we use for each here? So this is zones. If I put it into local zones, yes, something like this, right? So zones here, zones here, and then inside of here we use for each local zones. Good. Hmm. I guess this is similar. They do some transformation, we don't need it. Okay, then what else do we have to do for zone ID? Will be fetched from this module, from mm, from this one, and each key. What is each key? Each key will be same as key inside of for each. Okay, that's so instead of making uh, one zone per module, oh, that's actually an alternative. So it can be for each, and then zone equal each value, something like this, right? So zones would be each value. So it would be each key, each value, something like this, right? This is an alternative way which can be working actually better than another one. Why I say that it's better, because if you use for each in one place, it's much easier to think about for each in all other places as well, instead of uh, thinking about where to put this each key. Is it here, or is it on this module level, or maybe even in two places? Uh, so that's why I say that it's an alternative. I'm not saying that it will fix everything, but local zone. Okay, so this is how it's done. If we run it now, it is gonna to fail. And the reason why it's gonna to fail, because it does not know this zone ID. If we use it like this, I just want to see if it's any difference. If we use it like this, what sort key zone? Okay. 72 zones. Given value is not suitable. String required. Module record. What? Ah, it doesn't like this one. Local zones is each key, each value. No, to be reference rapid as parity system. Mm, no, it doesn't work for some reason. But okay, let's figure out. This is how it's written in his case. Let's. Okay, so each key is this one. Ah, right, yeah, we have another structure. That's why it doesn't work. Mm. So that's why we need to make it just another structure. Let's put it back the way it was written. It's not worst, but it can be simplification. Okay, so let's figure out what else with invalid count attribute. So instead of using zone ID, we can use zone name, and zone name is simpler because we can get it from zone name, and here zone static zone name. So if we introduce a static zone name, where is it? It's inside of module zones output. Output, and we call it route 3 static zone name. Is this right? Route 3 zone ID. Route 3 zone name. Ah, okay, it was zone name. Now it will be called static zone name. What a confusion. Zone ID, zone name. Okay, static zone name. That's what we need. So it will be static name of route 3 zone. And the value for this one will be pretty much this one. It will be name. So we are going through KV, but it will be KV inside of var zones, where K is K and V will be lookup let's see, and V will be lookup inside of V, right? So inside of V, we'll look for the main name, if possible. If not possible, we will fall back to K and if create. That's it. So this one will be known. So now if we refer it in this case here, it should work. And it works. And that's it. Problem solved. Right, so now how to push this change back. So we'll open PR with this zone name. And, is there anything else what can be done? So this static zone name is kind of cool because we know it's in advance and we can put it into code, refer it. I don't see any downside of this one. Obviously, we cannot make this for zone ID because it will be known after creation, as well as zone IRN. It will be known after. Yeah. Okay, let's look into Lambda example. I just copied it here just to write this nice description. So it's going to be static name no, it will be name of routed to free zone created statically to avoid cycle errors between. No, it's not cycle error. What was it? To avoid invalid count argument error. To avoid invalid count attribute errors when creating records and zones simultaneously. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so this is output. The issue number was 101. So then let's make git stash full fix, what is it, static zone name. So this is here, and then we add it into output here. So that we have nice output everywhere. That's it. Git commit. What is this? It's feature added static. What was it called? Static zone name. Static zone name output. Let's see. Oh, legacy version constraint. Yeah, but who cares about it now? Modules zone. Let's see. Ah, okay, yeah, legacy structure. Okay, let's change it. How it's supposed to be changed? Does anyone know how to change it? Oh, it's it was everywhere. Let's find it in another module. Maybe it's no, it's everywhere. It should be like this. Delegation sets 354, no 56. Let's see, 249. Tick delegation set, yes, 249. So records 356, 249. Okay. So now if I run this one again, 249. Was it like 3 years ago? Even more. Okay, so a bunch of changes, which is good. So git commit still. Let's see, and create pull request. What? Oh yeah, I forgot how I fix this one. Okay. I fixed it some time ago, but now it's back. Oh, why? API rate limit. Okay, anyway, we can fix it. It will be like this. Okay, and then I can go to my browser and create pull request. It's been a while since I opened pull request like this. Create. So here will be description. So what this description does, it's well, it's already added static zone name output that is useful if or useful when creating zone and records zone and records simultaneously. Wow, unbelievable. Simultaneously, and related issue is 101 as described in 101. Breaking change. How this was tested. I have tested. I did this. Right, so this also fixes 101. It's really important to put these fixes so that pull requests and issues are connected together. So this is it. Yeah, cool. Right, so now we change this here, and let's answer how this is supposed to be fixed in the code. And this is where so here, so what I did here, well, I already git stash apply. Does it work? Git stash apply, just to see what exactly I was writing here. So zones like this, yeah, this is the way how this has to be used. So use this output, but use this output only after what? Yeah, that's true. So this module requires Terraform 0.13, while VPC module requires 1.0. Can we do something about it? It's so small error actually. As you probably know, the code which we write is still using very basic features of Terraform, so no 1.0 actually required. So I can simply disregard this problem for now and fix it later. It's not an issue as such. It's issue an example that examples are too optimistic. Okay. So your records. That is this string. You should update your module log for records to use the name fetched from the static value in produce in version 2.0 in this. It's good that this is, yeah, this is going to be accepted as well. Let's put it to 11. This is, no, to 11 should be version of zones module. So zones should output this thing first. To 11. Required output was reduced into 11. 0. Okay. And this is, well, this doesn't matter really. So, okay, and this one is important change. Pink. Okay, this is HCL. Oh, this is important change. Yep, that's it. Some couple spaces, and I think it's amazing. Yep. So that's pretty much it. There is not more to do, and I think that's it for this pull request. And actually, that's it for today. Well, this was short, but at least I fixed something. That's really making me happy. I opened a few other issues, and I thought maybe I will have time to fix them as well, but apparently not today. So let's close all of these issues, and yeah, and that's it. I don't want to stretch it. I'm not going to have. Thank you, Alexei. Yeah, I know that it's not a lot, but I also think it was nice fix. Thanks everyone, and thanks for finding time joining. If you want to have something else next time, please let me know. Maybe a Terraform test, maybe something else. Bye bye. Have a good weekend.